Poseidon, called the god of the sea and the earthquake maker. He is also known as Aegeus and Hippios, and he comes to us from Greek culture. He is said to rule over the sea, earthquakes, storms, and horses, and his symbols were the trident, the fish, the dolphin, the horse, and the bull. His parents were the Titans Cronus and Rhea, and his siblings were Hades, Demeter, HESTIA, HERA, and Zeus. His children were Theseus, Triton, Neleus, and Atlas. And in Roman culture, he was absorbed in under the name of Neptune. But for the Greeks, Poseidon was the god of the sea, of earthquakes, storms, horses, and was considered to be one of the most bad-tempered, moody, and greedy of the Olympian gods. He was known to be vengeful when he felt he had been insulted. As a son of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, he was of course swallowed by his father, along with Hades, Demeter, Hestia, and Hera. Although some folklore believes that, like Zeus, he was not swallowed by Cronus because Rhea had concealed him among a flock of lambs and pretended to have given birth to a colt, which was devoured by Cronus instead, and thus began his association with the horse. As Zeus freed himself and led his rebellion against the Titans, of course, Neptune, of course, Poseidon and Hades were at his side as his brothers. And when they defeated the Titans, they divided the world among the three of them, with Zeus claiming the heavens, Poseidon the seas, and Hades being left with the underworld. Because of his role, Poseidon is notably the god of the sea and the protector of waters, and thus sailors relied upon him for safe passage. He is also worshipped as a god of fertility, and in Greek, his name is the word for husband. He wields a very powerful Triton or three-pronged spear, which was created for him by the 100-handers at the same time that they created the thunderbolt of Zeus and the sword of Hades. Each weapon is given very specific magical properties. Poseidon could strike the ground with his trident to produce an earthquake, and this is what earned him the nickname Earth Shaker. Poseidon resides in a palace made of gemstones and coral, which is located on the ocean floor. Poseidon assisted the Greeks in the Trojan War, but was commanded by Zeus to withdraw from the battlefield, an order which he reluctantly obeyed. But despite his association with the Greeks, he did develop a grudge against the Greek hero Odysseus, and this became one of the main themes of the story of the Odyssey, as Odysseus sought to fight off the attacks of this very powerful god. Poseidon, like his brother, is also known for his children and various unions, and from his union with the Nereid creature who produced Triton, who was a half human and half fish, he and Medusa conceived the flying horse Pegasus and many other creatures. One of his most notable affairs was with his sister Demeter, who had refused his advances by turning herself into a mare. He then transformed into a stallion and pursued her. Their relations produced the horse Arion, who is known for his divine abilities. Poseidon is also known for his competitions against Athena, as they were initially combatants for the city of Athens. To sway the people in his favor, Poseidon created the spring at Acropolis. But Athena, on the other hand, gave them the olive tree, and with that she won the contest. Among the most important connections that we get from Poseidon is obviously through water, which really was one of his defining abilities, and his ability to control water, or as we would call it, hydrokinesis, which is a metaphysical psychic ability to control and manipulate the movement of liquid water using the power of their mind. And in that regard, he is associated with other deities, including those from Kemetic beliefs such as Tefnut, Khnum, Nun, or Naunet, Also, Yoruba beliefs, Oshan and Yamoja, who were associated with water and rivers. And of course, through that association for Poseidon, at least, he also represents control over storms or the weather. And in that, we would associate that ability to aerokinesis, meaning the ability to control the air or wind. We've done a piece on that. And through that association with storms, he is linkable to Oya of Yoruba beliefs, Baal, the Semitic god, Perkons, the Latvian god of storm, as well as Thor of Norse mythology. So those are topics or subjects to consider for more research in terms of looking at your deities who are associated with water, or more specifically their similarities or differences from Poseidon, who was the Greek archetype for that particular association.